Hello guys, welcome to another Dawn of War Soulstorm video. Today not streaming, doing a recording instead. I have some internet issues lately. Hopefully it'll get fixed soon. Decided to watch more replays of mine. Replays of mine sounds as if I gonna upload a bunch of wins again, but the scope of these videos is really to just bring more content out. It's true that I mostly record wins of mine because that's the replays I save most of the time, the ones I win. I know that's not a very good habit specifically, but that's it. I also do have defeats, however, so from time to time you will see my defeats for sure, also in the upcoming tournaments, in the older ones that I played and that will be streamed in the future. Make no mistake. I do cast these games hoping that you guys still enjoy them. As long as people are interested, I guess I will keep up with this thing. As always, if you enjoy these videos, leave your feedback in the comments, leave your likes, dislikes. I get like 2,000-3,000 of views per video on average and only like 5 comments. It feels as if bots are watching these videos and not humans, so if you enjoy the videos, please at least let me know what you think about it. As short of a word as a TY might help. So please do that if you can. It takes you 1 second to do that, and it takes me hours to record these videos. Alright, let's get started with the games. The first one, it will be me versus Rafik, 4-4-3-2, on Blood River. I played this guy a lot. 1 second. I think I have to bring up the replay bar overlay like that. I played against Rafik a lot. Rafik, not sure how to spell his nickname. The game was played in August 2015. Yeah, again, old replays of mine because that's mostly what I have. I do not play nowadays. There are way too many issues in the current community. I think I will do a video on that as well soon. Most of the people voted for a video on that subject. I guess it's coming. So, playing against Rafik, he's a solid Space Marine player. Back then, he came out in Soulstorm, popped up in Soulstorm from Dark Crusade. I believe he was mostly a Dark Crusade player. So maybe he wasn't very familiar with the Soulstorm meta. Nevertheless, he was a very solid Space Marine player, I think. Played a lot of games with him, so maybe we'll see more games of me versus him in the future. For today, only 1 game, I guess. He's doing 3 scout opening through generator on Blood River. I guess he knows how I'm playing, not afraid of any aggression. Builds a fast generator. I will build a fast turret because back then I guess I didn't know his playstyle very well. Getting the Necron warriors out. By the way, if any of these games have been recorded before, I will have to apologize. I have done a lot of these older replays of mine in the past, like 4 or 5 years ago. So I do not necessarily remember all the games that I've played. I mean, not all the games that I've recorded. Nowadays, however, I do mark down each game that I record. It either gets deleted or placed in a different folder, so I can make sure I do not record or stream the same games in the future. Sometimes I do watch the same replays, however, multiple times, so I guess it's not necessarily a very bad thing.
At your command.
Doing the same games more than once, casting them, I mean. The more times you watch a game, the more details you will notice, I guess. Playing pretty greedy in here, not as greedy as I could have played in my later years in Soulstorm. I usually wouldn't build such a fast turret. However, against Space Marines on Blood River, you probably do need either a fast turret or fast Necron warriors to make sure you do not get scout rushed to death. There's also non-stop chat going on between me and Rafik. I do not follow it, and there will also be a rude chat in from the observers. I checked the chat in the replay manager. It's very rude. Do not pay attention to that. Preferably do not read it. Just try to enjoy the game and pay attention to my commentary instead. If I'm to hide the commentary, I do have to hide the entire interface, so we do not see what units we produce or what upgrades are being made. $98-10 income for Space Marines, 70 income for me, 80 for me soon. Someone doesn't like the fact that I have plus 80 income. Well, guess what? Look at the Space Marine. His income is even higher. 98-10, and it only gets better. So I basically do trade economy with opponents most of the time, rather than fighting them early. I think that plays to my advantage. Not all the time, of course. You have to use the resources wisely later on. And some matchups in the late game are a lot more difficult for Necrons anyway. Maybe playing aggressively in the early game is better in some matchups. I will not argue on that. It's just a matter of preference, I guess. 80 income for me, going for the 8th generator, gonna be plus 90 soon. 115-10 for Rafik. His economy is still higher than mine. That's also due to my passive playstyle, of course. If I would have pressured Rafik, his income would have been lower probably, and my income also would have been lower. That's how it works. The flame in the observer chat is raging on. We are trying to watch the replay, however, today. Oh god, trying to hide the playback text. Going tier 2, almost there, 60% up. I also do get artifacts in tier 1, a very expensive tier 1 still from me. Invested in turret, invested in artifacts, getting LP2, and transitioning to tier 2. Massive mistake in here from me on the far left. I just lost 2 squads of Necron warriors, I believe, or maybe it was either 1 or 2 squads of Necron warriors in here got killed. I do get the lightning field on the Necron Lord. That's how I can manage to take down that force commander in one-on-one combat with the Necron Lord.
Today the enemy shall know.
Once the Necron Lord has the lightning field, it's in his capabilities to take down any hero in a 1v1 fight. And with the phase shift, lightning field and phylactery, it's a very annoying, devastating hero. one of my favorite combinations. The more standard one, however, would be Phylactery, Solar Pulse and Phase Shift. That's the most universal standard artifact combination on the Necron Lord. It works in 1v1s, in team games, in free-for-alls, whatever you want, and you can use that basically under any playstyle. Rafik tier 2.5, soon look at his economy, 134 to 40. My economy plus 90. Well, Rafik's economy clearly higher, but it's also my mistake to some degree that I played so passively. I allowed him to mass up economy like that very easily. He's got all the LP2s up, the chaplain is already out. He basically went for a fast tier 2 through sacred artifact without armory. Pretty good, I'd say. Somewhat similar to what Terminator, the French Space Marine, would do. However, Rafik does that on a higher economy. I get my Wraiths out now, global upgrade for power, and starting to harass, starting to take down Space Marine's economy. As fast as I can. I realize his economy is sky high. Now our economies are basically equivalent, 112 for me, and I am getting super greedy, went to go for even higher income, prioritizing generators over greater summoning core, getting flayed ones now. For Rafik, 126 to 50, he's getting HP upgrade for veterans and aura for the Force Commander. This replay file has been saved by me, by the way. Oh no, someone says Rafik already lost. They discount Rafik so early. I don't think so. He's still in a very good position economy-wise, floating a bit, but nothing crucial. He's getting Grey Knights. No armory yet. Oh wait, he's got the armory on that relic. Completely overlooked that. My bad. I just didn't see the plasma pistols on the heroes. Thought he's got no armory. I overlooked the armory, although I looked at that relic before. Just didn't pay attention to it. Vehicle cap increase. He's got full tier 2.5 now. In a very dominant position. And someone still dares to say that Space Marine lost. Wake up, please. I only have tier 2, no greater summoning core yet. Going super greedy on economy. 125, 135 soon with this generator. Something like that. 2 squads of flayed ones also up in the monolith. More and more wraiths will come out, and here I do the mistake. When you do play wraiths, do not send them to fight the enemy infantry. Instead, the wraiths should be used at harassing enemy economy and ignore infantry. This is a crucial mistake I do in this game. It might not seem obvious, but it's so important that it can basically decide the outcome. During this fight I have to use the wraiths at harassing Space Marine's economy instead of losing the wraiths here in this fight. No chance for wraiths against commanders. 3 land speeders out for Space Marines.
Under fire.
Frag grenades ongoing for Rafik. Only now I get the greater summoning core on my base. Very late, and I only have 2 turrets. Look at that. Good economy though, 137, but lack of map control, and I have a struggle with map control currently. Very good pressure from Rafik. He can go in now, he will probably go in. I am not sure if I can even defend this. Only one pack of Immortals. They can deal with 3 land speeders, no problem. Land speeders are pretty squishy. How much HP for one? Only 1k HP, a light vehicle. Using a Wraith in here to decap, we'll send the other ones to harass a bit. Doing everything very slowly. 12th minute into the game, we'll also order a Tomb Spider. My problem is low speed and a low population cap. Actually the speed is fine, 60%, not so bad, could be worse on 3 points. Not so much population cap, however, that means I can't have too many wraiths out at once. And when you play like that, you do need a ton of wraiths if you do not invest in Necron Warrior mass. It's something I do not do in this game. I don't enjoy that playstyle a lot. Sending 4 wraiths and immortals now towards the top left, trying to harass and take down whatever I can from Rafik. Rafik is smart and will engage on my base. He will not chase those wraiths around the map. Instead he will just go towards my base. I have 3 turrets now prepared. LP2, 2 LP2s on the sides. Very good defenses. For Rafik, tier 3 up already. He's doing very well. Ordering the predators. Look at that, 133 to 79, he's floating even. Maybe even gathering for tier 4, who knows. Makes the global upgrade on requisition, very good. Again in here I repeat the same mistake. Sending my wraiths into fighting the tactical space marines in close combat. They've already got their power fists on the surgeons and also double close combat upgrade for those heroes. No chances for the wraiths in this fight. They should only be used at harass. Those ones in there are doing very well. Also hitting tier 3. Having tier 3, tier 4 however, and not having a relic is a pain. Trying to harass that point, the second one. A predator in there will deal with my immortals. I've got a destroyer out. Won't be enough to deal with all that bunch of infantry from Space Marine. Sending the wraiths in his base. I see now that he's tier 4. Pretty intense right now. Getting one more generator. This is the 10th one, I believe. Either the 9th or the 10th. The 10th one. Yeah. 5 generators here, another 4 in here, and this is the 10th. That means I will have 180 income if I make the global upgrade, and I do. Very greedy still, economy-wise, from my side. Can't get enough of it. And very often, because of that playstyle, I get punished. I should focus on producing more units before upgrading economy. Wraiths in here fighting the close combat Terminator squad. Assault Terminator squad. Terrible thing to do. For the Wraith, of course. I also lost the Necron Lord somehow. Rafik's got the tier 3 armada here. Not a suitable term for that. Armada by land. Basically the elite end game infantry in here, and I don't have enough firepower to stop this. A few of my wraiths still in Rafik's base. They don't really do a lot in here, just dealing some damage to the wraiths. Look at this float, oh boy. Good usage of orbital bombardment here in my base by the force commander. Rafik engages. He's got the Word of the Emperor also on the librarian. Very good to cast both orbital and Word of the Emperor during the engagement. Masterful moving here from Rafik. Took down 2 or 3 turrets now here at the entrance of my base. Took down the LP2 also with the orbital. Maybe even a generator was taken down. And I do only have 1 destroyer. With this massive income, only 1 destroyer. That is too bad. Nothing that can stop this bunch of space marines in here now. Even 2 predators, Rafik repairs them. Can I do anything now? 2 destroyers, not too much anti-vehicle from Rafik. Besides those 2 predators, looks like I've lost the Lord. No, he's still alive. Still busy building generators, getting pariahs. They should have been out long ago. I hit tier 3 a lifetime ago. This is so sad. Rafik wants it desperately. He wants to win. He's transitioning to tier 4 now, getting the jump packs for Terminators. They can now teleport, either engage in a good fight or disengage and jump away with the Terminators. The Lord fighting bravely with the lightning field, very useful stuff in this game. With the solar pulse during that engagement of Rafik I could have done better probably, but overall satisfied with the lightning field as well and how it worked out. Feels as if I'm gonna push him back out of here, but look at that, tier 4 for Rafik, 65% up. I'm ordering more flayed ones, more wraiths, 75% speed thankfully, the production is pretty fast. Still on 3 obelisks. Landing the flayed ones. The immortals chasing those predators around the map. Both of us trying hard, I guess, both of us floating also. Tier 4 up in there for Rafik. Tier 4 Space Marines. No tier 4 yet for me. There's no point really in me going tier 4 because I don't have a relic captured. The Deceiver, almost forgot the name. The Deceiver is not so good against Space Marines unless you have fully upgraded Necron Warrior mass and a bunch of Immortals to summon all that into the enemy base on the fake monolith. Here Rafik displaying a good usage of a late game Space Marine infantry combination with a few vehicles. Land Reader almost out for Rafik. Another orbital bombardment, this time cast into my generators. The Greater Summoning Core has already been destroyed. The fight has been raging on in my base for quite some time. Very well done by Rafik. I am satisfied with this game, from the Space Marines perspective at least. I think he did pretty well. Against this specific Necron build, Rafik did very well, I think. I made some critical mistakes, of course. I could have played a lot better. But it is what it is. I am not unbeatable, of course. I do lose to most players and I do win to most players. There are so many factors in this game. GG and well played gets called. It doesn't even show that I dropped because I saved the replay. I enjoyed the way Rafik played this. He had the Land Reader out in the end. Thank you also to the observers for the provided trash chat. Maybe at least some of the viewers enjoyed that. I ignored the whole chat this game. They were probably flaming each other. Look at that, 194 units killed by Rafik, 107 killed by me. Well, it could have been worse in this matchup on Blood River in a the more standard 1v1 game in this matchup here would be a 5 to 10 minute game, ending with a bunch of tactical marines into Necron's base and 0 infantry from the Necron. That's what they do most of the time. Respect to Rafik for playing a solid standard game. No all-ins, no cheese, pure skill in here. Takes me down. And now I will prepare the next game. Hopefully, guys, you enjoyed this sweet defeat of mine. I enjoyed it a lot. And whenever you watch the games you lose, you can also learn a lot from them. I do suggest that you do that if you're trying to get good at the game. Save the replay when you lose the game. Watch it at least in fast speed and check what you could have done better. Over 20 minutes into that game, it passed by as if it was a 5-minute long game. A very good one, I think. Second game, we're playing random, me versus Master on Tranquility's end. And this is gonna be Dark Eldar versus Sisters of Battle. Hello, hello, Sisters of Battle fans, here we go. A lot of people request Dark Eldar and Sisters of Battle, either here or on Warhammer 40k Veteran. I do not agree that these races are less competitive. I think I have expressed my opinion on that in the past. It's true that they have their own downsides, not fully worked out, but that's the case with most races when you think of it. Most of the races, with the exception of Eldar and Works perhaps, have huge downsides and huge upsides based on maps and matchups. Eldar and Works are more or less balanced. They can do well in most matchups, I think, as long as you've got good hands. So I do open with a barrack in here on Sisters, armory. No generator, and I'm gonna go for the Seraphims. Master playing Dark Eldar. Both our mains Necrons, but Master has been playing random for ages. He's got used to most races by then. This is again a game played in November 2015. The previous one was played in August 2015. We will watch a few games from 2015 and the other ones will be from 2016. Here I get my Seraphims into Dark Eldar's base. He's got the Hellions. I guess Hellions have no chance against Seraphims, even if they try to chase. Seraphims simply deal more damage in range. I will run away from the Hellions, of course. Master will send his Mandrakes towards my base after he's got his points. They get to one of my servitors, and then the other squad gets to my missionary. Look at that, he's also losing the Hellions. The magic trick on the Seraphims, the fire on the move is too high, I think. But it's a good to nice have on Sisters. They do need this, I think. Even if it's a bit too OP in some matchups, in some situations. Sisters do need that. If they would go battle Sisters, most of the time they are way too squishy and the mobility wouldn't allow to compete on high level. With Seraphim, Sisters get good chances against Tau, Eldar, Necrons, Space Marines even. Depends on map, of course. If it's a good map for jumping units, go for the Seraphims most of the time. Here I'm gonna fight the squad of Mandrakes with 2 Seraphim squads. In the base, Master will also hunt my missionaries. I think I've lost those builders already. No, one is still alive at least. Master focusing that, targeting that missionary in range. Hellions can also deal ranged damage, but it's not nearly as high as the Seraphim damage in range. It's like a cosmetic done. River Jet Bike is here. I think I've got enough Seraphims now to deal with one River Jet Bike. It's gonna get problematic once Master brings like 4 or 5 River Jet Bikes. The pressure will be huge. I'm not sure if he will make that many. He's doing a kind of all-in. He gave up on this relic in his base. He somehow found one of my missionaries, took him down, brings the 3rd River Jet Bike now. I think I have killed his squad of Hellions. Yeah, it's down. Master loses the Hellions. Mandrakes left and 3 River Jet Bikes. Rebuilding the generator here in the back of my base. I had a lot of power bank still. Another Hellion squad from Master incoming, 68 to 10 income. The generator is up, a new generator, so that means I can keep reinforcing the Seraphims. I even can afford to upgrade LP2s. A 3rd squad of Seraphims on the way. 3 squads of Seraphims in this matchup, pretty good. A nice all-in attempt from Master. He does not want to bother with improving his economy. He is losing most of his stuff in here in this fight. I think that is too greedy from his side, underestimating my capabilities probably. He's surprised, how do I get so much power? Well, guess what, I have enough power now to even go tier 2. He doesn't know that I rebuilt the generator behind the headquarters. Well, probably upset that his all-in failed. Taking down one generator doesn't guarantee you the victory. I think my power bank was enough to reinforce the Seraphims throughout the fight, even until this point. It's only cost like what, 5 power for a Seraphim. Okay, I guess he's gonna see that generator now. Yeah, he found it. And Master says Sisters of Battle are imbalanced. Well, maybe they are in this matchup. I think Sisters of Battle have advantage in this matchup when they do play Seraphims. And it's of course map dependent. If you play on a good map like this one, good map for Seraphims, I think Sisters can dominate in the matchup with the Seraphim squads. They can take down basically anything Dark Eldar does. They can take down warriors, they can take down river jet bikes, Hellions, mandrakes. As soon as tier 2 pops up, it becomes nightmarish for Dark Eldar to deal with all the crack grenades, inferno pistol and stuff like that. On smaller maps, however, it's probably 50-50. Dark Eldar with huge tier 1 aggression should have good chances also on smaller maps. River Jetbike Mass, or maybe just Warriors Arcan and Homunculus could do the job. I'm not so sure on Dark Eldar wise. Just my opinion, of course. And if you think I am wrong, leave your feedback in the comments again. Hit that thumb up or thumbs down and leave your feedback in the comments. Constructive criticism is most welcomed. Okay. Next up, a game from... no, two games. Two games because it's against the same player. Me versus RCI Sam. No idea who's this guy, but he's pretty good. Once again, more games of Sisters of Battle from my side. For the Sisters of Battle fans out there, if they are still around my channel, if they still watch it, hopefully you'll enjoy this. On Blood River, RCI Sam plays Tau Empire, and in the top right, I play Sisters of Battle. 1 second. Yeah, this was both of these games were played in November 2015. Can't believe so many years have passed by. Sometimes I do watch older replays of mine, it feels like I have played them a month ago. Unbelievable. Getting 2 missionaries playing super standards, barracks, generator, battle sister squad and canoness. I guess this is the way to go on Blood River. Going Seraphims in here is a risk. It's easier to defend from Seraphim harass on Blood River. The points are very close to each other, so you can't get too far away from your opponent's troops in order to harass some weak points. Most of the points are in the base. Easy to defend. The squad of Battle Sister will get me this outer strategic point. I will build the listening posts now. Placing the listening posts ASAP. There's always a possibility that the Tau player will do the stealth suit harass and decap your points at the beginning, especially if you're Sisters of Battle or Space Marine, the cappers which do not have so much damage either in range or close combat to the stealth suits, so they can safely decap a point. Sending my Battle Sister squad and the cannons towards Tau's base. I even dare to play aggressively. At home, upgrading one LP2 and getting a Holy Icon. I do need the faith generated from Holy Icon for the healing ability from the missionary and from the blind ability on the canoness. Those are very important in most of the matchups, I think. It's very much worth it to upgrade the icons as soon as you can. The first two icons, I think they should be upgraded within the first 3 minutes. 3 to 5 minutes, not later. Faith is very important on Sisters. The faith abilities, it's a crucial element on Sisters of Battles side. You have to make good use of them, especially in 1v1s. In a bad spot here, I tried to take both relics. Here a stealth suit will decap easily on the top left. Sam will also decap this one. I will not manage to build.
We know our place. We command dread and awe.
Be it your will.
Getting the Inferno pistol, getting somewhat decent economy up, 86 to 10. For Tau, 74 to 10. His economy is lower, but he's got stronger forces on the battlefield thanks to the Fire Warrior damage. I cannot initiate a fight yet. Trying to show some aggression at least.
We are servants of the God Emperor. Witchcraft, heresy, we are servants of the God Emperor.
Phosphor grenades on the way for the Battle Sisters, and it feels like I'm gonna play aggressively, and here reminds me of another video I did. Hopefully it's not the same games. As I have said at the beginning of the video, I do not remember all the games that I have recorded in the past. And sometimes I do not have the time to check throughout my older videos to make sure it's not the same game. Here I decide to go in. We'll cast the phosphor grenades into the Fire Warriors. Sam is forced to retreat. The snare trap will slow down the Battle Sisters. Now a mistake from Sam in here. He goes back too deeply. He should have stopped somewhere in here and keep dealing the damage to the Battle Sisters while they were slowed down by the snare traps. This is one thing you do when you slow down your opponents with those Tau Commander traps. Kill them with the Fire Warriors while they're slowed down.
We command dread and awe. They walk in darkness.
More holy icons. We'll need also more missionaries. No tier 2 yet, not in a hurry with a tier 2. We'll try to hold my side of the map for now. 92 to 40 income for Sam. He's placing that path to enlightenment. And we'll build the 5th generator. Well, equivalent economies, very close. I did need that missionary also for detecting the snare traps. Now I can engage more safely, focusing the snare traps. That one got activated anyway. Each time I engage and cast phosphor grenades, the Fire Warriors lose morale and Sam has to go back. Yeah, reminds me very much of another game I have recorded in the past. I have no idea if it was this one, however. So let's just keep watching this until the end. So far so good, pretty intense. Going tier 2 now, I will be behind. Tau is already tier 2, he outtechs me. 97 to 50 income. A bit greedy with the generators from Tau. He should go for that global upgrade or what? Make use of that power ASAP. You can't get vehicle beacon anyway. It will be too much of a risk to gather 300 requisition and then invest them in the vehicle beacon and then in vehicles. By that time Tau will be dead, so he has to make use of the power faster and preferably click on the requisition global upgrade. I think he does not do, and I consider that a mistake. Tau does need... there we go. Took a while. He could have done that a bit faster, like 20 seconds earlier. I'm still tier 1.5. Economy is getting better. 116 soon. 116 now, 230. Tier 2 almost up. More holy icons have been upgraded during the tier 2 transition. Look at that. 4 holy icons before I hit tier 2. I think that's good. The 5th one is super expensive, I believe, so you can keep that for later. 4 holy icons is perfect for now. Going for the Manufactorum, I do need a Rhino transport desperately in this matchup. Spamming up Celestians blindly might be good at times, but not all the time. If the Tau has good micro, and if he produces devil fishes, even Celestians can be countered, even with their Terminator armor. That won't save them. You do need mobility, you do need good cover and good engagements in this matchup, and against Eldar also, against Necrons. Rhinos always welcome. I do consider this the most broken vehicle probably in the whole Dawn of War. It's too cheap. It should have a limit of one squad for sure, not 2, not 3, not 4. It should be 1 squad only to fit inside. It provides too much value when you can do proper engagements or proper counter harass. It pays off quick tenfold. Look at this bad fight for Tau. Look at that. And all that I needed in order to win this fight was a Rhino. If I would have engaged in this fight without the Rhino transport, my battle sisters, at least half of them or maybe even more, would have died by the time they reached or by the time they got in range to the Fire Warriors. So Rhinos for the win. Pushing deeper after that bad fight for Tau. Trying to go deeper, he's floating now. 98 to 50 income, 400 to 400 float. Now that's ugly, I'm trying to float less. Trying to play my best, but I also do float a bit on requisition, probably gathering for waiting for more power or gathering for the Confessor. Not enough power for the Confessor. He's about 80 power cost, I guess. Devilfish is out. Sam will manage to push me back a bit. No detection, the missionary has been killed, producing another Rhino at home. Two LP2s upgraded for Sam. He's lost this position in the top side of his base.
6 minutes until taken hold victory.
And he's gonna win by taking hold within 6 minutes if I do not decap. Got my new Rhino, engaging once again, now with the missionary attached to the Celestians. That way it's more likely that he will survive for longer during the fight. Celestians have much better survivability with their Terminator armor, and with the healing from the Confessor, that makes them very resilient in a long fight. And this is how you engage. This is how I go in. Trying to keep this pressure non-stop on the Tau player. He definitely does need fire warriors, and he does need broadside battle suits. Broadside battle suits would have helped. 2-3 pieces fortified in the ground, I believe, would have helped and fight back my engagements more easily. Getting more and more rhinos, no old men yet, more Celestians on the way. And more devil fishes from Sam. I have no idea how much he's got. Only 2 squads of fire warriors. I was thinking at the time he's got much more. You never know what comes out of those devil fishes, especially invisible ones. They are way too scary. Getting the buff on HP for commanders now. And more Celestians. Finally, the Confessor is on the way. 245 to 60 cost. I could have produced the man much earlier. My bad. I guess I should have prioritized him. I now have a ton of faith. Could have made good use of that faith with the Confessor earlier in the fight. There I go in once again with 3 Rhino transports. 3 devil fishes from Sam. Thankfully I managed to destroy the one which carried 2 squads of fire warriors. They now find themselves in a bad position. My sisters, however, also getting devastated. A Sky Ray missile gunship casts those missile barrage, I guess. The ability is called, and damages my girls in here. I do take down 2 devil fishes, a bunch of fire warriors. They keep producing more and more infantry. The old man is about to enter the fight. I believe he can change the outcome now. 2 squads of fire warriors down for Sam. No floats whatsoever at home. Overwatching on Celestians, overwatching on squads reinforcements. So if you struggle with floats, always do that. Now pushing in deeper with the Confessor. The Confessor can lead the way. He's getting durability buffs for these sisters. Gonna take down his vehicle beacon. No more vehicles for Tau. He's transitioning into a Morga command post. Oh boy, why would he do that when you are so far behind? What would Morga give you? Crisis battle suit? I don't think that would help. But it's true that Fire Warrior Mass under Kaon upgrades also struggles because of the Immolators. I believe is the name of... no, Exorcists, my bad. The Sisters of Battle Artillery devastates Fire Warrior Mass also. In tier 3 difficult for Tau. If Sisters produces Exorcists, but then you can take Exorcists if you have Barracudas. Especially with the durability upgrade on vehicles from Kaon. It's very good. Tau Bay is almost down. A squad of Seraphims in there, keeping a squad of Fire Warriors busy. Don't even need to kill them, just tying them up and denying them firepower is all that I need. Yeah, this does feel like a game I have recorded in the past. Not a big deal. Revisiting the older games sometimes, maybe with better commentary even, may be worth it. The more times you watch a game, the more details you will notice. Coalition Center, another ridiculously expensive building. What Tau should have done, I think, is mass more units in tier 2.5. They do not need to transition to tier 3 unless they are sure they can win the fight and hold sisters back. This applies to most matchups, of course, but especially in this case. He was being pushed by me, I was playing very aggressively this game. He dared to go tier 3 during my strong attack. Not wise. We'll now take down his coalition center, the unfinished one, and the HQ. He won't even say GG. Let's take a look at the stats. A pretty close overall game, units killed 97 to 94, very close. I take down 17 buildings and Sam only takes down 1, probably a listening post. Pushing Tau on a small map, I think, is the way to go. Play aggressively against Tau, especially on a small map. Alright. One sec. Making sure I actually do save the replay and not delete them. Placing them in the correct folder. The next game will be on Outer Reaches. Sam will be playing Necrons this time, and I will be playing Sisters of Battle once again. Guess I'm gonna do my favorite build. My favorite build in this matchup, specifically a barracks, armory, and a bit not later but shortly after these buildings, once they are finished, placing also a generator. That means at the start you will only afford a squad of Seraphims, but that's all you need really against Necrons early game. You can add a second one a bit later if you really need it. I will not build the generator yet. I don't remember these games.
Praised be the Emperor for giving us this honor.
Okay, I will place the generator after this listening post. We'll build it now. Seraphim squad on the way, and I will also send my missionary towards the central strategic point. In case the scarabs get here, I do have my Seraphims out that can kill the scarabs quick. If they get in there to decap, I will be able to stop them. Sam will build 5 generators for the start. I believe Necron was his main race. He already took one strategic point at the top side of the map. Very well done. This is actually a standard cap order. You do send an early scab of squad of scarabs towards the top side and take this point fast. Because if you don't take it early in the game, it's likely that you will never get it. It's a pretty difficult map for Necrons. Not sure if I will even manage to decap this point. I will not. Sam will build the obelisk immediately. Trying to harass a bit with the Seraphim, scouting around his base. Will go back. I can't really fight the Necron warriors early. I can actually win them with this squad of Seraphims, but I will have to trade Seraphims, which are pretty expensive early, and with this low income I don't really want to do that. Better play it safe, take down Scarabs instead, try to take the map. And go tier 2. I can click on tier 2 now. I have enough resources and I will do just that. Going tier 2 very fast. And I can even afford a second squad of Seraphims now. This is a very solid build for the matchup. If the Necron player is not going to turret rush you or all in you, I think you can play like that on the maps which are suitable for Seraphims, of course. On Blood River it might be more difficult. On Blood River playing Standard Sisters would be better, I guess, in most matchups. Here I took down the obelisk quickly thanks to the ability from the Servitor. On the Sisters of Battle you can use an ability on the Builder which deals damage to buildings. It's a thing not a lot of players use. We do see that on higher level games, but overall in your average game you won't see that almost ever. Sam massing up Necron warriors, slowly, 3 squads now, he's reinforcing them. Very slowly though, getting the Necron Lord now. This is a Davy Jones playstyle. Davy was a very powerful player in Soulstorm. He played in between 2010 to 2015 or 2014, something like that, his active years. He was also a bit active in 2016, but didn't play a lot. I haven't seen him online in ages. I will also cover games of Davy in the upcoming tournaments. More Necrons incoming. Davy most of the time would go 3 squads of Necron warriors before the Necron Lord. That was something specific to Davy. And he was doing pretty well with that. A very solid standard Necron warrior mass playstyle. He was doing great with that against Space Marines and even Eldar. What Sam is doing in here is something similar. 400 float, the Necron Lord has been killed now. I took him down with the Seraphims. Sam has to go tier 2, what is he waiting for? Come on, Sam. Okay, he wants to rebuild the Lord. In the meantime, he will do some damage with the Necron warriors, take down generator, maybe take down some LP1s. When you play Seraphim this build, you don't really upgrade LP2s, because you need tier 2 quickly. In the mid game you can start upgrading economy when you start floating, or if you ever start floating. Otherwise, prioritizing a faster tech, getting much faster tier 2 as opposed to Necron is what matters the most. You do get the crack grenades and then start the harass on the enemy generators. Take them down. Seraphim squad out. I mean Celestian squad out. Sometimes confusing even these squads. The old man is on the way. Playing on very low income as you can see. But I do out-tech Sam by a mile. He's one tier behind, now I'm tier 2.5 and Sam tier 1.5. Well, he can hit tier 2 relatively fast, whenever he wants, when he feels safe, I guess. Okay, there we go. Both the Forbidden Archive was finished, some artifacts now for the Necron Lord, Phylactery, Phase Shift I mean, researched, and Solar Pulse. What I said earlier, a very standard choice, and it's a very good one, especially if you mass Necron warriors like that. Probably the safest bet to go for those artifacts. Phase Shift for super utility, survivability on both Necron Lord, a bit of regen for the infantry, and also can win you time. You can use that on engagement, you can use that on retreats. A very universal, highly useful artifact, and it's the cheapest on Necrons, surprisingly. I think it should cost a minimum of 100 power, maybe even 125. 75 is way too cheap for all that, no doubt. And artifacts like Nightmare Shroud, Veil of Darkness should cost cheaper, of course. The pricing on those is terribly broken. There I go with the Seraphim Harass jumping into the Necron base, and if I do jump with the Seraphims in the Necron base, guess what? Necron warriors have to stay at home and defend. He's only got one LP2 in here. If he gets out of the base, that means he loses economy within a very short time frame. No way he can trade economy with me. By the time he will take down one or two listening posts on the map, I will take down all of his generators. So that's a massive balance flow right here. Crack grenades way too OP in my opinion on the Seraphims. Combine that with their ranged power, with their close combat power damage. It's a lot, look at that. I will force Sam probably to jump back into the base. Yeah, he has to go back with the Necron warriors. I might have casted this game in the past. I remember doing a video in this matchup, me playing Sisters versus Necrons, because the people complained the matchup is unplayable for Sisters. Necrons do have the advantage in the late game, I think, but depending on the map, I think both races have good chances to win. What Necron can try to do is fast destroyers. That could be good, unless Sisters will all-in him. Fast destroyers are great because they can outrange both Celestians, can outrange Seraphims, can outrange Battle Sisters, whatever. So getting destroyers quick at the 5th minute maybe could devastate the Sisters. Otherwise, I think it's pretty good overall for both factions. 50-50, 60-50, depending on the map. 60-40. A bit of a fight in here. I can outmaneuver the Necron warriors easily with the jumps. Seraphims can easily take them down unless they have both upgrades. And the first Necron warrior upgrades is almost nothing. Offers them a bit of damage, not so much survivability. And now I get the map control domination. At least I have good vision. 97-30 in could have been better considering the map control. No LP2's map. no LP2s up, yeah, that's the problem. Sam will continue to play aggressively. His economy is the problem, only 75 income. Definitely not enough to play a tier 2.5 sister on 97 to 40. My economy is slightly higher. Sam does need Necron Warrior, the second upgrade. Too bad he's losing so many of them now. He should have stayed back and not fight, ideally. Now he's lost most of the stuff. He has lost most of the Necron Warriors and the Flayed ones. The way out of that, I guess, will be a Tomb Spider to try and resurrect bodies in the middle. $87 income. Upped a bit probably from the global upgrade. Necron Lord back to life. Can he stop all this though with the Necron Lord alone? That's pretty much all he's got. One destroyer can't do anything at this point. Too many crack grenades can be cast onto the destroyer. I do have the upgraded swords probably. Can even damage in close combat. Not sure if I have the close combat upgrade. I probably do. We'll just sit in here now and take down Necron's economy.
Victory countdown has begun.
Going tier 3 now, economy improved a bit, 112 to 40. Only 50 income for the Necron. And he played super standard, he must Necron Warriors. That apparently is not enough. What I think would be enough is building a bunch of turrets to defend. But then you wouldn't have enough to produce enough Necron Warriors. It's like you either do one thing and have to give up on the other instead. And this is not a very suitable map to turtle in the base behind the turrets. This is where sisters come on top, thanks to their mobility. 37 income. One Necrons now. Getting master crafted weapons for the sergeants and commanders. That's a lot of close combat damage, guys. You do need these close combat upgrades. They provide insane DPS in close combat. You can go close combat on buildings with all these sergeants and take them down within seconds, or even can kill the Necron Warriors faster if you want. LP3 up in here, I'm getting tier 3 up now. Can build the Manufactorum soon. And Necron sits on plus 12 income. Easy matchup, right? So easy for Necron. No chances for sisters. The easiest race to play. It actually takes much less effort for sisters to win like that than for Necrons to get out of his mind and figure out what he has to do in order to survive that. It's not only hands in play in RTS, it's also strategy, fast thinking, brain power. Retreating a bit, Sam manages to gather a decent mass of Necron Warriors now. Not for long. That's until the next Confessor's Smite. And he cannot afford doing anything after losing all that economy. 25 income now. Have to jump out of the Solar Pulse area of effect. We'll go in with the Seraphims. The LP3 is very painful. Heavy cover, however, right here next to it. Terrible map for Necrons, I must admit. I do not win this game because I'm a better player, but I win this game because it's a difficult map for Necrons. And a difficult matchup for Necrons on this map, I think. Seraphim's just way too strong in here. With all the jumps, very annoying. Where are those exorcists? Come on, man. Where's the manufactorum? Well, being slow at this point, not even bothering, I guess. RCI Sam trying hard, he doesn't want to give up. I counted him out since he lost all those generators. He will keep trying, however. I underestimated him. Finally I will build that manufactorum. With the exorcists in play, Necron warriors become super useless. Total waste. So if you see Necron warriors, if you see Necron player massing Necron warriors like crazy, make 1 or 2 exorcists and it's over for him. This is why Necron warrior mass is not viable in the matchup. Necron actually needs late game power. They do need heavy destroyers, they do need pariahs, they do need tier 3 buffed flayed ones, a lot of them. It's not just Necron warriors attack moving here for the win. That's not gonna work even on this average level I have on Sisters. It's either average or sub-average, maybe even lower. I only know the basics on Sisters, and that's all it takes to win a pretty good Necron, I'd say. He did very well. At least it feels like he's trying his best. He's trying hard, even now. On another map he would crush me for sure with his Necrons. On outer reaches, however, it's way too difficult. Look at that. Whenever he gets out of the base with the Necron warriors, I go into his base with the Seraphims. We'll take down his generators again. And the sad part is the Necrons do not always have that jump on the Necron warriors to go back. Oh, and look at that, the Exorcist is here. 1 hit and morale is down on the squad. Another hit will disrupt more and more Necron warriors now, and in the next fight they're gonna die. Look at that. This is actually worse than Fire Prism Disruption in Vanilla Dawn of War. I remember when I was first playing against Puff in Soulstorm, he was complaining a lot on these Exorcists. In his early days of Soulstorm, when he got into Soulstorm, basically complaining on every single Soulstorm unit. Yeah, this is it. GG gets called by Sam this time. I was floating. Don't even need to use my resources in the end. The advantage in income I had over Sam was simply insane. And pretty much the same thing can be done by orcs also. Seraphims do this economy bash on a Necron with Seraphims and Krag grenades. Orcs do that with Storm Boys and Chopper Research. And this is how you win games with sisters. Don't only play Fata, Morga and Blood River. Diversify a bit up with the map picks. Explore more of the race benefits before we jump to conclusions. I still think to this day most of the races in Soulstorm are not being used to full potential. On average, probably about 50 to 60% of full race potential in those high-level games, not more. Players simply do not care anymore about this game. They play it for fun most of the time. There are no major tournaments to motivate the players. Without huge tournaments and significant prize pools, there's really no reason to try hard in the game. And that's the reason the races are not even being learned and played to the fullest. Okay, next up, a game we played in March 2016, Dark Eldar Mirror. That's probably the first time on this channel I cast Dark Eldar Mirror, me playing I mean. And I do play against my friend Flame Panda meat in a can. We've been knowing each other for about a decade, I guess. We've played a lot of team games in Soulstorm in the past. Very mannered person overall, I'd say. He was one of the first ones to tell me about the dirty issues happening in Soulstorm. Sometimes I wouldn't believe him, but now I've got the proof. When I saw that, I basically fell off my chair. Dark Eldar Mirror, both of us playing? No, I do play Hall of Blood opening, Flame plays Dark Foundry. Interesting commentary indeed in the observers chat. Oh man. Yeah, I love the chat in these games. One of the best things that happened to Dawn of War probably. Having the player chat in the game. This is so good. The player chat and even observer chat. Oh boy. This is purely for entertainment purposes. Do not ever get these flame wars happening in the replay chats or even forums chats, flame wars and stuff like that. People come online to play a video game to have fun, troll, to do something they cannot do in real life. So that's a very common thing in online video games. I never took this serious. Oh, look at that. The squad of warriors almost took down that Hellion in close combat. I should have fought him and take him down. Yeah, he escaped on 20 HP. I will send my mandrakes now and kill flames. Mandrakes on the critical location in the middle. $86 to 10 income here for a flame. He's placing the slave chamber. He's got 3 river jet bikes, sufficient to defend himself at least in the upcoming fights. What did I do? Only 1 squad of mandrakes? No, 2 squads. Also got the infiltration for them now. That means flame will need the homunculus for detection. He's building 2 generators, the second one now. And he does need more slave chambers for being able to produce more river jet bikes. With the default population cap, you can only produce 3 river jet bikes. They consume 1 population cap. Here I take down the river jet bike with Erkan's upgraded ranged weapon. I only fight in range now. Works pretty well. Flame is mostly a team game player. He's mostly been playing 2v2s with Rafik, I believe, in the last years. We played this in 2016, March. Dark Eldar mirrors aren't so common, so why not watch this? Again, this is purely for fun. $104 to 20 income here for Flame. He's ordering more river jet bikes. He needs another generator. He keeps losing those river jet bikes. That one got stuck in the wall, surrounded by mandrakes, couldn't actually move. I'm not really sure on the Dark Eldar meta in the mirror, so I just play standard infantry. Took down an LP1 from Flame on the relic also. Took down the generator from Flame with the Erkan. Oh, look at that. Did this get stuck? No. Now Flame's got the LP2 in here, I must retreat. Homunculus out. Two river jetbacks very low on HP. The infiltrated mandrakes are extremely annoying. Flame needs that homunculus. It's finally out and he can now detect my mandrakes. A bit late to the party for homunculus, but better later than never. Feels like I'm gonna lose the mandrakes in here. They get targeted by the river jet bikes, but I can also take down the river jet bikes quick with my warriors, and the scourges are now out for me. Also researching the poisoned blades for the mandrakes. Poisoned blades, poisoned pretty OP on Dark Eldar. Damage over time, even on vehicles. Whoa. Yeah, the poison affects even the vehicles. What? Flame manages to deal with my warriors, deals with most of the mandrakes by that time. However, he's lost too much, I assume. The relic has been decaptured, the scourges are here to take down the river jet bikes now easily. We've basically witnessed two non-Dark Eldar players. Hall of Blood versus Dark Foundry. Probably a good entertainment. Getting more tier 2 upgrades, more damage for my units. Now the river jet bike's pretty much obsolete against the scourges. A river targeting module. That's like the optics for river jet bikes and the HP upgrade for vehicles. Flame wants those, but that won't make a difference against the scourges with those weapons. Dark lances, they deal way too much damage. And the range is way too high on those. They wouldn't care about the HP buff and optics buff on those river jet bikes. Flame repairs them a bit. Three squads of scourges, they are good against everything. Except if you're playing against mass artillery. Like 6 defilers or so. Don't make the scourges in that case. Raiders would be more suitable. Raiders, Talos. Hell Talon is the chaos vehicle. Talos, I believe, is the name for the Dark Eldar close combat vehicle. Sort of a dreadnought. It's pretty good, I think, but got some pathing issues. Raider mass also can deal a bit of damage to defilers, and not just defilers and other vehicles. You can also engage properly with them, and I'm not sure what's the limit on the raiders, but you can make very good engagements with more raiders at once, get close to the artillery unit and take it down. So instead of producing a expensive squad of scourges, oh look at that. Flame engages, loses all the river jet bikes within a second or less. And then shortly after, most of the infantry. That was funny. What I was saying, instead of producing all these expensive scourges, reinforcing them, investing into reinforcing the squad, adding the leaders, adding the dark lances, you can produce mass raiders instead. And they have somewhat of a good anti-vehicle weapon when used more at once. The damage from one raider alone probably won't be noticeable, but when you use more of them at once, they can be good probably. Yeah, they probably are good. Here Flame gets a better score on units killed. How? I think that's because he produced mostly river jet bikes, yeah. I lost warriors, mandrakes, I reinforced a lot of infantry, which has been killed by the river jet bikes in tier 1. Flame, on the other hand, mostly produced river jet bikes, so Obviously I kill less. Economy wise pretty close. Well, this is not a skill replay, this was purely for fun, for the Dark Eldar fans. Hope you enjoyed this. Okay. Next game will be a 2v2. This game we played in June 2016, 6 years ago. And this was a 2v2 which was also recorded for another channel in the past. The Alternative Gaming channel, I believe, is the name on YouTube. It's got like about 50,000 views now. Not bad for a Dawn of War 1 match, I assume. I will record it once more now. Oh wait, it doesn't load up. The replay file name is too long. Let me shorten it a bit. Okay, should work now. If by any means the replay does not load, but it appears in the list, you have to shorten the replay file name. Make it shorter and then it will work. Let's go. In Team 1, Pride and Overlords, both of them playing Tau. And in Team 2, I will be playing in a team with Oxo. In summer 2016, Oxo was playing very actively, and I think he was the best player at the time. A lot of Oxo replays will be coming, a lot of games will be cast by me for Oxo. Either here on Warhammer 40k veteran. In the left hand side, Overlords with a red color scheme on Tau. In the top, Pride with the white bluish color scheme. On the right, I'm playing Necrons. This will be basically a recast of that game. When I was casting it back then, I was nervous, doing it for a bigger audience, for an unknown to me audience, basically. So maybe this time will work out better, but that's not the point. I don't do that for the recasting purposes. I do that because I don't have this game on my channels, I believe. At least not yet. So I decided to record this. A lot of the viewers want team games. Hopefully you will enjoy this.
We are taking damage.
In the lower position, Oxo playing Eldar.
Yes.
Seemingly nightmarish position for Oxo against double Tau. Look what happens. The Tau player is gonna rush Oxo all in on him, basically. Double Vespids on the aspect portal. What I think could have been better is if Tau went in my base instead and take down all the generators.
Yes.
Not sure if they would have managed, but 2-3 generators could have been taken down, perhaps. Here I get to help my teammate, bringing the Necron warriors and the Necron lord. The Vespids harass will continue. 2 squads of Dark Reapers from Oxo getting reinforced.
Responding kind.
He does not have an aspect portal at the moment, so he does need to keep those Dark Reapers alive, reinforce the squads, preferably add the Exarchs. Yeah, that's the word. Not really an all-in from Tau, but they are heavily invested with this attack in tier 1. The Vespids always being on reinforced, they're a bit expensive. 50 to 10, expensive on power. When you have only one generator early, you have to wait 5 seconds for 10 seconds for 10 power. One generator, so that means you can only add one Vespid every 10 seconds. It's called Get Ugly. In the right I keep building up economy, going for the summoning core, slowly reinforcing the Necron warriors, not investing a lot in them, of course. Here Oxo places the listening shrine, but I don't even see it. Unless you hover with the mouse on the listening shrine, you don't notice that. Now I will build it. Against Tau, what I need to do is go for the wraiths, of course, and I do have enough resources now for tier 2. I upgraded the obelisks, the ones inside the base, so in case Vespids jump in there, they would get hit hard. I do keep my Necron Lords with the Necron Warriors now inside the Eldar's base. Overlords getting the Croods in here. Fighting some Fire Warriors in the middle. With the Necron Warriors, fighting them in close combat. Tier 2 advancing. 50% done.
Command me to build.
6 minutes until take and hold victory.
104 to 20 income for Oxo. Under such pressure, he's doing very well, I think. So helps him a bit with rebuilding. Kept a squad of scarabs in there. Here go the Vespids. I used this obelisk hit in there. I could reach 86 to 10 income for Pride. Only one LP2. Wait, this is Overlords, right? He's investing a lot in the Croods. I'm telling Oxo not to go too deep into the Fire Warriors. I'm not prepared yet to assist him with the Wraiths. 109 to 20 for Pride. Slightly better economy-wise. He's controlling 2 relics, oh boy. Should have given this one to Overlords. My income only plus 80, but I do build a big generator. Soon it's gonna be a 110. I believe Necrons receive plus 30 from the big generators, unlike other factions, which do get plus 40. Plus 30, however, is still very good. It's very much worth it to build a big generator. Whenever you can, go for it. Cost pays for itself very quickly. Against Tau, I do get Phylactery on the Necron Lord, phase shift, and of course I will need the Solar Pulse, obviously. This is a no-brainer. I do need the Solar Pulse against Tau. There we go, the Solar Pulse has been cast. The Wraiths are here. Oh, I also gave to Oxo 2 strategic points in front of my base. Only now I noticed that. He's got completely OP economy as opposed to Our opponent's much higher income on requisition. Let's check it out. 116 to 20 with just 2 LP2s up. How many points? 7 points. Thankfully he gave me the relic. Yeah, that's a very good trade. I do have 3 strategic points and a relic for a 2v2. For the initial phases at least, this will be enough for me. Pushing back our opponents slowly, fighting them back with the wraiths and dark reapers shooting from afar, like it should be done with tier 2 optics now. Both Pride and Overlords on the edge, they use all of their resources. I get my big core up, the greater summoning core is ready, and I can bring in the destroyers soon. 110 income. Pretty good. It could be better, of course, but this is good. Even for Biffy's Peril. Flayed ones, wraiths, Necron lords being a problem for those fire warriors, and even for Croods. Croods are losing morale quickly from the flayed ones. And now Tau paying for their early game aggression with our faster tier 2s. They got delayed in tech because they invested too much in their early game. Here we keep the pressure. I'm diving in with that lord, could die in there. No, phase shift will save him.
Victory countdown has begun.
Bringing more wraiths and building my second monolith. No global upgrade yet, not enough resources for that. On Oxo, only now he's going tier 2. Okay, so all this time he was without optics. He was actually playing without optics, but he had exarchs. Soon he's gonna hit tier 2, now he's got it. Needs optics ASAP. And armor. Two destroyers in here now, not so much anti-vehicle around, actually no anti-vehicle whatsoever from Overlords nor Pride. Only that missile launcher on the Tau Commander, it doesn't have very good accuracy, and only a bit of damage to vehicles. 4 destroyers now in here from me, and the opponents have been catched off guard without anti-vehicle at all. Only 74 to 20 income on Overlords, 109 to 60 for Pride. He's got the big gen, but he can't make use of that power. He doesn't have enough requisition, and all of their infantry now melts from 4 destroyers. It's heavy firepower. Nothing can stand it. Yeah, Overlord says it. Too many destroyers, and I agree with him. It's too much for Tau in this case. They do need Barracudas, and they do need stealth suits for taking them down. I say well played to Oxo. I think he did very well.
5 minutes until take and hold victory.
GG. This is it. Double Tau taken down. Double monolith for me in the end, and tier 3 about to happen. Not even a global upgrade up. But the income was very good, thanks to the big generator. And Oxo, look at that, 188 to 133 in the end. Yeah, we would have been unstoppable. Pride and Overlords made the right decision to end it here and now. There we have the stats. Somewhat close early on. Early to mid game was very intense. A bit of a back and forth with the fights. Tower heavy investment this time, however, didn't pay off. Next up in queue, a game from June 2016 once again. I'm gonna play a random, and I do get Eldar from random versus Alpha Mitch, also known as SIERA later on. At the top side I get Eldar, and I have been saying throughout my videos over the years that I know a nice build on the Eldar against Imperial Guard. I hope I will do it in this game. I told my faction to the opponent,
It is my duty to serve. Reporting for duty, sir.
okay, I will do aspect portal and one gen. 2 squads of guardians. With one squad I will get the inner point, the other one will be sent on getting the outer strategic point. A bit of a risk, we could say. SIERA might be sending his squad to decap in there, but he probably won't be in time.
My music is a pillar upon which whole world.
Okay, double Dark Reaper squad on the way, and fleet of foot.
As you wish, so shall
Fear
it be
ensures
done.
loyalty. Standing ready. What is your wish? What are your orders? If such is the Emperor's will. Victory is assured. I've spotted Eldar. What are your instructions?
The general is here in the negative cover, targeting those guardians a bit. Guardians no threat to the general unless they do have grenades. Then they become a bit of a nightmare.
My devotion is assured.
Incoming
The Dark Reapers. Now I'm probably gonna follow that general with them.
The enemy is near.
One squad of guardians gonna get to the left to get the critical location. This squad will get to the relic after that and capture
We are shaped by fate,
that
just as
point.
we shape it.
From Alpha Mitch, 2 squads of guardsmen only, Commissar and fully reinforced command squad now. He's used the strip soul on a Dark Reaper, killed a Dark Reaper. It was not the Exarch. I do not make the Exarchs. Instead, I do save the power. Saving the power.
Fire.
Chasing those guardsmen a bit around the map. Okay, getting too close now. Saving the power, and look at that. At the 3rd minute with this opening now I have enough to go tier 2. This is the goal. Go for a quick tier 2 as the Eldar player, try to get a Falcon out as soon as possible. And here I place it, not in a very good spot. I could have placed it here in a much better spot. Now that I watch this I realize.
My music is a pillar upon which whole world is
Placing it behind the HQ or under 1 LP2 would be the safest. I probably place it here because I was thinking I might upgrade the LP2, but no LP2s in this matchup. During the transition, once it's halfway done, I also build the 2nd generator, because if I don't, I will not have enough power in tier 2 for the optics, armor and support portal. You do need 2 generators.
What would you have us do?
No exarchs, however, notice that they are way too expensive on power. They will set you back if you produce them. Tier 2 almost up here. 80 to 20 income for me. 80 to 20 for SIERA. He's also going tier 2, but he is behind. Playing defensively. Afraid of double Dark Reapers. Not necessarily afraid, but if you try to even fight them with a good micro, the Eldar can out-micro the Imperial Guardsmen. Once they do have more priests, the game changes. However, they can run faster and chase the Dark Reapers properly. Not the case at the moment. SIERA will stay back and play defensively.
Incoming enemy fire. Success. We are here to fulfill our duty.
Trying to keep the range here and damage the LP2 a bit. Support portal almost up at the 5th minute. SIERA only now about to hit tier 2. The optics have been researched. 92 to 30 income. Building the 4th generator, not enough power still for a Falcon. Now with the optics I can easily outrange the LP2 and take it down. The Guardians will get in position to decap the point. SIERA in the meantime has to sit back. Against tier 2 optics it's too risky to get out. Well, he will now, he cannot wait anymore. Will cast that execution from the Commissar and push me back. He saved the LP2, good job. Chimera on the way. 104 to 40 income on Imperial Guard. 97 to 40 for me, and that's without a single LP2 up. I just control the map now, I do control the game. And we'll now start adding those Wraith Lords also. With the Wraith Lords I will be able to counter the Sentinels or Chimera. They will be upped with Bright Lances. That's why I keep building those generators up. And with the Falcon I can chase infantry. Chimera was 1 minute late to the party. Now the guardsmen are trapped. And look at that, so unfortunate. Wraith Lord out, I don't have a web gate, fully kept on vehicles. Dark Reapers with a Falcon almost took down the Chimera even, don't even need anti-vehicle here. Oh boy. And I think this is one of the best builds the Eldar can do in the matchup. Of course I do not execute it perfectly, but I know what to do at least. I do know the timings a bit. I've learned this build from Gigamok. I think it was initially mostly used by Gigamok. Like this super fast tier 2 into a Falcon, very useful stuff in the matchup. The Exarchs on the Dark Reapers. SIERA is surprised how I got tier 2 so quick. That's the magic of the build. If you only do one generator, do not add the Exarchs, do not add any LP2s. You get the Soul Shrine up at the 3rd minute. I have 6 generators up now, not 1. And thanks to the critical locations under my control, I don't even need to upgrade my LP2s in order to have a good income. This is how you can dominate in the matchup. When it works out, it's pretty hopeless for Imperial Guard. They do have the chances against this build, however. when they do play aggressively and try to turret rush all in you, they can still win this. So it's not like the unbeatable Eldar build. Maybe in good hands with top-notch micro it's close to unbeatable. It depends on the map a lot, of course. On the smaller maps I believe the Eldar can get all-in by Imperial Guard. If the Eldar is not very experienced, he could well lose, no matter what build he's using. Next up, another game played in June 2016. This time I will be playing versus Oxo on Fata Morga. I am playing Necrons and Oxo using one of his Smurf names. He's been changing the names, sadly, pretty much every week, so I might not recognize his nicknames in some of the replays if I'm gonna cast them. Here he uses the nickname Will, and he gets Eldar from random. In the lower position of the map.
We will fulfill our duty. Guardian squad ready.
2 squads of Guardians, Dark Reapers, Generator, Fleet of Foot Research, and a Wraith Tomb. Very important. I think he should have prioritized 2 Bone Singers before the Wraith Tomb. Perhaps.
All who love life fear the
Our
reaper.
mission is
So he would have them prepared in place. Once the Wraith Tomb would be researched, they'd be ready to jump in the Necron's base and cast it.
my music.
At the top side I am building only generators. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 generators. And we'll save for a turret now. Oxo's gonna capture a strategic point with the squad of Dark Reapers. Doesn't want to start the aggression quick. He probably knows it won't give him much. Against the prepared Necron warrior squad and here against the turret, what can he do? Getting a point probably would be better and wait for the second Dark Reaper squad. It's coming. Wraith Tomb halfway researched.
What would you have us do? What would you
Guardian sends to capture the central critical location. I didn't even finish the turret. Placing the 7th generator for plus 80. Greedy opening. And we'll soon have enough for the Lords. It's on the way now. Look at that, very nice micro on the Dark Reapers. Always keeping the range away from the Necron warriors. Doesn't even allow me to touch his Dark Reapers. When I see that the Eldar micros like that, so good, I'm not even bothering to chase them. I will just retreat and sit back until the Necron Lord comes out.
things to me and I respond in kind.
We'll go for the summoning core now.
This is the day my reign shall begin once more.
Oxo trying to find the weak spot where he can harass and damage me. He found the squad of Scarabs capturing the outer position. Won't allow me to take it so easily. The Lord is here. Where am I going? The Dark Reapers will about to go inside my base. I think I can still do a good job in there with Necron warriors, but they are so far out of position. Getting the obelisk up will need that, and with the Lord I probably will go for the generator in Oxo's base. Look at this economy now, 140-20 for Oxo, 2 LP2s up, and a third generator being placed. His income is much better than mine at this point. He builds a webway gate inside my base. He wants to fool me, to distract me. He wants to take that Lord out of the base. That's one of the reasons he builds this here. The turret is up, the second one. We'll reinforce the Necron warriors slightly, and we'll get the third squad of Necron warriors from that monolith. He's got his unit inside the webway gate, 3 bone singers now in my base. Casts it on the turret. I will not allow the Dark Reapers to take it down. All of my scarabs busy. Some getting the points. This one actually misclicked. I do need more scarabs inside the base desperately for repairs and for building up stuff. With the Lord I only took down 1 generator so far, or maybe 2 in Oxo's base. 110-20 economy now. I found the spot where he placed the Soul Shrine, and with the Lord now I will delay it a bit, trying to kill those bone singers. In the meantime also taking down the webway gate Oxo built inside my base. This strategy of him failed, at least I stopped it. Getting my scarabs out now and going for tier 2. The Necron Lord will take down 1 more generator in here. The Dark Reapers are almost home. Doing this harass with the Necron Lord in this matchup is critical, I suppose. Whenever I do the harass with the Lord, the game ends up much better for me. Delaying the tier 2 alone is a lot. Basically the Eldar can do the same on the Necrons with their Wraith Tomb. Now Oxo stopped using that. The situation is intense. I do build the second monolith during the tier 2 transition. Necron Lord almost got killed by 2 squads of Dark Reapers with Exarchs. They deal a ton of damage. Income 110-10, 700 floats. Oxo does not make use of that intentionally. He's waiting for his tier 2 to be finished, so then he can invest all the resources at once into the upgrades, support portal and whatnot. Here I hit tier 2 at home, upgrading the power, global. Teleporting back a squad of Necron warriors as soon as I see the Bone Singer, so even if he casts the ability, it won't last for 30 seconds, it will only last for 10 seconds. With 2 monoliths now and the global upgrade halfway done, I will get a very good income soon. It's gonna be around 135, something like that. Or 125 at least. 125 I believe. Yeah, that's it. You get 25% bonus from the global upgrade on resources on Necrons. Forbidden Archive up. Wraiths out now for me. And Oxo. What do we have on Oxo? He's making the optics, builds more generators and even a support platform in the base. Why? And we'll go for the bunches, the second squad.
You have my attention for now.
Greater Summoning Core has been placed. Now that I have double monoliths and the power upgrade, why not? Even the Necron Lord artifacts are here. Now I do need a more powerful army. The Wraiths alone will fail against bunches. I will need turrets, obelisks, flayed ones, and destroyers.
We are taking damage.
Oxo's economy is still pretty good, and now he will build that support portal. Double Dark Reaper squad into double Banshee. This is one of the good builds on the Eldar. However, this time the timing on the Eldar is a bit messed up. He will probably manage to take down the turret anyway. The pathing on the Necron Lord doesn't even allow me to get in range at the start, so turret has been damaged. Bunch is prioritizing my turrets. Oxo knows very well what's the threat in here. He has to take down those turrets or lose it, because this build double bunches into double Dark Reapers implies that you will win in early tier 2. It's very expensive on Eldar. Now the destroyers are here. Oxo has to retreat. 110 to 40 income here, going for the global upgrade. He's got support portal up and will produce the Falcon now. 2 destroyers from me, 2 wraiths still, and a pretty full lord. More and more destroyers coming out. This is how I prefer to play the matchup. Massing wraiths, destroyers, flayed ones, and even tomb spiders later on. Producing tomb spiders at this point wouldn't be so good, because they get out more slowly. If you can get quick, however, you definitely should get them. One of the best units on Necrons. Here Oxo jumps with the Falcon and the Dark Reapers inside my base, taking down some generators, doing some economy damage. I do the same on his side with the Wraiths. Pretty intense so far. GG gets called by Oxo, he gives up. Not sure why. Oh, I see. I'm marching towards his base with a bunch of units. I think he could have keep playing and maybe even win in the end. I did have a pretty good income, however. Oh, I see now. He lost 2 points from the Wraiths. Didn't want to keep bothering and still lose it in the end. 51 units killed by me, 16 by Oxo. No Necron Warrior mass. This is how I prefer it. Going for Wraiths, Destroyers whenever I can. Playing more defensively in the early stages. And taking down the Eldar. Only 2 games left for today's video. The next one will be a 3v3 played on Vandean coast. I get Necrons, Stinson with Sisters of Battle, and DCI monsters, or DC monsters. Playing Space Marines. I do play Necrons. In the other team, Executioner playing Chaos, Navarre playing Space Marines, and Bonzo playing Space Marines. We had an argument with Bonzo before the match. I was telling them that this map is broken, heavily Necron favored. Bonzo doesn't believe me. He says he basically never lost to Necrons in here, so I decided why not school this guy a bit. He was either trolling or only playing against new Necron players. I don't know what he was doing in his Dawn of War games. I do dislike this map, especially when you have Necrons involved in here. For Bonzo, it's unbelievable that the Necrons can win in here, so maybe they can do that today at least. A miracle will happen and the Necrons will win. Bonzo cannot wait for that. Alright then. I will start with 5 generators, Necron Warriors, Necron Lords. No, Necron Warriors, Necron Warriors, Necron Lords, and then another Necron Warrior squad. Overwatching on the Necron Warriors, of course. I can afford to mass more than anyone else in here, as long as the limit allows, of course. The only Necron problem on this map is the population cap and the vehicle cap. Because of the strategic point amount, you get only 2. So you will have like 12, 14 maybe population cap on Necrons, on 2 strategic points, but you can still get decent speed if you get a critical location. Stinson playing a bit aggressively against Bonzo on the other side. Executioner getting his Chaos Lord into an LP1 here on DC monsters. Loses half of HP already to my Necron Warriors. Feels like Executioner doesn't care at all what he's doing. What a reckless game. Is this your average 3v3 on Soulstorm or what? One moment, we played this in September 2016. Not sure how those 3v3s play out nowadays, but now this doesn't look good for the enemy team. Pretty reckless play. Chaos Lord down, right? Yeah. Where's that Lord? It died. No more Chaos Lord for Executioner, and he's playing on Vandean coast, my boy. What's his economy? 50 to 10. He can't afford another Chaos Lord in ages. It will take ages if he wants to bring another one. Oh, and look at that. The Space Marine is pretty new to the game, so we're basically 2.5 against 3 in here. Mostly me and Stinson playing. Anyways, I will not count monsters out yet. I think he can still do good by just sitting in this game with his LP2s. That will be enough, I guess, as long as I'm playing Necrons here. I'm telling monsters to go towards the Sisters of Battle's side and help him. On Stinson, he's going tier 2 on 56 to 20 income. 56 to 20 also for the Space Marine player, and 70 income for me now. I invest a lot in my tier 1 game. I realize the enemy team is massing a lot, so I should also invest in massing in tier 1. Most of the enemies now on the lower left hand side of the map. I have to get in there, either get in there or attack. Right now in the middle, do some damage. Navarre sitting in his base, defending, prepared to meet my attack. Yeah, I do play full tier 1.5 game in here. Necron Warrior Mass, Necron Lord artifacts, very expensive stuff. We'll get the upgrade on the Warriors soon. For Executioner, still tier 1.5, same for Navarre and same for Bonzo. Bonzo looks like he's getting smashed. No, his infantry is in here. 2 squads of Space Marines from Bonzo, 2 squads of Space Marines from Navarre, and 2 squads of Chaos Marines from Executioner. From me, 80 income. A bunch of Necron Warriors trying to push a bit against 3 players in here. It's not gonna work. I'm outnumbered. Stinson on the left, tier 2 now, will attack and take down a turret in this base, perhaps, and maybe an LP2. Going tier 2 now, and I prepare to build a big generator on the slag deposit. 56 to 20 on Executioner. Most of them getting towards the lower left now to fight back Stinson. Same income for Navarre, 56 to 20, and 56 to 30 for Bonzo. This is basically as much as you can get in a tier 1 to early tier 2 economy on this map, very low. As opposed to Necrons, I get plus 80 already. And with a big generator, if I manage to build it, it will be 110. And with this generator, 120. This is how easily Necrons can start dominating. Not from the very early stages, but a bit into the game they start dominating. Like after the 7th minute, it's really noticeable. Bonzo wants that fast tier 3 from Executioner. Surprise, surprise, he's only halfway to tier 2. On only 56 to 20 income. Bonzo, what world are you living in, my friend? Okay, he's tier 2. Gets that Chappie out. Also tier 2 from Stinson, equipping some heavy weapons to the Battle Sisters. Land speeders coming out for monsters. And I also am tier 2 now. I will build a turret here next to the slag deposit before I build a big generator. Also, since I cannot mass so much, I build 2 more turrets close to the middle, so they will aid me in the next battle if needed. Building the greater summoning core. For now, even plus 80 income is enough. That's already higher than all of my opponents' income. Most of them sitting on 60 to 70 income on requisition. They do have 2 critical locations, however. This is good. Deciding to go in once again while I build that big generator in there. I want to push them back. Monsters with the Sisters of Battle will defend nicely. Monsters doing pretty well now. Coordinating the fight a bit with Stinson. On the left, they will attack. On the right, I win a ton of time with that phase shift now on the Necron Lord. Necron Warriors in here waiting for the second upgrade. Getting the second upgrade now, a matter of time. until I start dominating. For now, my allies are doing great work. On the left, monsters attacking with the land speeders. There's no anti-vehicle whatsoever from the opponents.
Awaiting orders.
Where is Bonzo? Okay, here's his rhino. Probably running to meet me. To meet my upgraded Necron warriors. Now with double turret in the middle upgraded and double turret on the big generator ready to protect. 120 income. The immortals are out, and I will also produce tomb spiders now. Stinson and the Space Marine will retreat. Here I get surrounded by 3 players. I will jump back. No reason to stay in there. Teleporting my Necron warriors back, saving all the squads. I will need the immortals. We'll need to regroup and wait for those Necron Lord artifacts for a proper engagement. Executioner hits tier 2.5, gets 1 defiler out. He engages into the big generator to the slag location. I will save my turrets with a phase shift. Won't allow him to take them down. And 2 turrets now upgraded will... what bug is Stinson talking about? I don't know. Probably pathing from the Rhino. He's gonna lose most of his infantry in there. Towards the top right, I'm gonna push into chaos. Push it hard. Tomb spiders out now. 1 is on the way. Look at that. I'm telling monsters to help Stinson, being a bit rude in here. Apologies for that. Come on, man, go and help Sisters of Battle. It's a bit annoying when they sit like that and do nothing, I must admit. They should have been grouped together all this time while I fight Chaos, and even Navarre is coming for me. I will be fighting Executioner and Navarre in this fight. 1 versus 2 basically. So my allies can attack Bonzo. For now only Monsters goes in, and he's doing great in this fight, at least for now. We'll take down Navarre's force commander here. Here I cast the Solar Pulse, getting my Tomb Spiders to resurrect. This is your Necron domination on Vandean's coast, guys. For those who were not familiar with the fact that Necrons do dominate in here, and many other 3v3 maps with 2-3 strategic points, Necrons will take the lead in the mid-game. I hit tier 3 now, going for global upgrade. We'll soon manage to go tier 4 into Catan Gods, and during that time all of the opponents will be tier 2 mostly. Bonzo hits tier 3, but he's got no economy. 71 to 40. 120 for me. Okay, Stinson also trying to communicate a bit with monsters, telling him to be active, don't just sit in one place. Here I keep fighting against 2 or 3 or what. Even Bonzo is on my side now. You probably can't believe I'm about to exterminate them. Bringing the Tomb Spiders with ranged weapons closer to them. They grouped together to fight me in here, and they fail. They can't stop me, and during that time my allies take down Bonzo's base. How sweet is that? The best way to win an argument. Yeah, that's basically it. 3 of them were sitting in here. They couldn't even push me back. They will have to get into Bonzo's base, trying to save it. Too late. No, but Monsters after all did pretty well. I think he just was a bit passive with the engagements. He adapted now, coordinates pretty well with Stinson. They can easily group together. On the top right I can easily fight alone against 3 of them if needed. With this bunch of units now, I think I can 1 versus 3 at this point. Simply because my economy is so much better. 162 income. Hello there, Bonzo. GG gets called by me. Bonzo rage quits. Basically losing the argument. The reason I called this replay Bonzo bash, well, I think it really was, both argument-wise and game-wise. Apologies if I was too brutal or too rude. Sometimes I'm like that. Especially when people are being annoyed and they are either trolling or intentionally trying to annoy me. Look at this score. I basically triple almost each of their score, getting on total 18,000 on totals. Only managed to kill 44 because the opponents refused to fight me. They were always retreating whenever I was casting the solar pulse, not allowing me to kill them. Well, they lost anyway. The biggest impact is economy. Even if we count both requisition and power together for the enemy team, I do still get more than any of them on power alone. 8,300 power gathered, and since Necron only have power, we could say it's about 10k on power total score. On total score it actually doubles it, but it's not really a doubled amount. It's around 20% bonus, I guess, if we exclude the requisition. And on tech I was tier 4 in the end, I believe. I was about to go tier 4, or well, I already was tier 4, I don't remember now. The thing is, the point is, on such low requisition maps, Necrons will dominate. No idea why Bonzo wouldn't agree with that. Well, I hope this was a good lesson for him. He definitely enjoyed this. Although I didn't really have the chance to fight him a lot in this game, I proved the point. Well, he asked for it at least. And now even people will see it online on YouTube. Be careful what you asked for, people. Now with the last game on Battle Marshes, I'm gonna play Tau Empire at the top side versus Toxic MILF, also known as Vincent lately. Uses another nickname in this game. I will just call him Vincent or Vince. The easiest for me. In the lower position, he's playing Eldar, his main race. A very old player, he's been playing since 2007, something like that, 2008. Of course not playing super active. Most of the old players had huge breaks throughout the years, like years long breaks. And the same happened to me, of course. I had massive breaks throughout the years, like 1 year to 2 years, I guess, were the biggest breaks. Otherwise, I would make breaks of a few months almost every year in Dawn of War.
Command me to build. Would you have a
Probably necessary
guardian squad?
in order to keep up with real life stuff. If you have no life, however, you can play this 24/7 and become the best, no doubt. If you think it's worth it, go for it.
I arrived. What needs to be
The
done?
Farseer is out here for Vincent. He's doing Farseer against Tau, expecting the Vespids, I believe. Yeah, the Vespids are here.
Enemy fire.
I will do Vespids and Tau Commander. Will I even manage to take down this? The Farseer was supposed to stay close to the generator and disrupt the Vespids, not be so far away from it. Come on, will this go down? Oh yeah, that's a crucial point in the matchup. You have to take down the Eldar generator mandatorily if you go for the Vespids. Either early in the game or a bit later, you must do that. If you don't, Vespids then pretty much a waste and not paying off. Here I even captured a point from Vin's side, the Elder's side. On my base I also captured all the strategic points with the stealth suits.
Danger has found us.
Dark Reaper's out for
How
Vincent.
can I help?
He's got a Warlock now added to the Guardians. With the Tau Commander and the Vespids I will chase those Bone Singers, trying to kill them, trying to deal some damage, whatever I can. And now we'll get the Fire Warriors. Managed to get to save my stealth suits also from... oh, look at that. From here, from those Warlock and with Guardians. And in here I managed to kill a squad of Guardians from Vince.
Command me to build.
I think that was a successful start from me, and I only lost like one Vespid throughout all this time.
I knew you would have to.
Yeah, I used to play some Tau in 1v1s back then. I have a lot of Tau games up on my channel for the Tau lovers, enthusiasts. Check them out. I do have several videos dedicated to Tau Empire on my channel. They gained among the biggest amount of views. Also surprisingly, a lot of people enjoyed them actually. That's unexpected.
We are the Destroyer's agents on this
Shall I
plane.
divine your next
Incoming
move?
enemy fire.
Don't let the prey get away.
Mind War cast by Vincent on that Tau Commander. Now down to half HP. The Farseer 2/3 of HP down, about to die soon. One more snapshot and a bit of damage, it will kill the Farseer. With the Vespids I jump once again, going to scout that Eldar base. Vince will take down the Earth Cast builder, and I will cancel the LP1 in here. Cannot build it. 86 to 20 income at home, only one LP1. One LP2, apologies. Upgraded.
We are under enemy fire.
From Vince. What do we have from Vince? 2 squads of Dark Reapers, Guardians with Warlocks, and Farseer.
From my sight.
And he's building, only now he's building, rebuilding that first generator he's lost. Eldar is so far behind on everything as soon as they lose a generator early. And especially if you keep the pressure on them, they will have to invest in infantry rather than generators. And long term, Tau will get ahead big time. I think on most maps Tau has the advantage in the matchup, but I might be wrong, of course. We probably didn't see Eldar in top shape yet in Soulstorm. Maybe someday we will, who knows. It's difficult to play Eldar in top I mean, using it to full potential 100%, you need perfect micro and perfect usage of all the abilities, very good game knowledge, unit positioning, timing, good engagement, all that in one. Almost impossible to achieve. At least we had players that got close to that, at least in the past. I believe Select, Oxo and Zorg were among them. Maybe more, but what do I know? Getting Fire Warriors, only one squad of Fire Warriors out now, fully reinforced. Both stealth suits alive, still getting a second squad of Fire Warriors and transitioning to tier 2. From Vince also Soul Shrine almost up. If I would have played Necron, I'd probably be dead by now. Vince has very good anti-Necron. One of the best probably in Soulstorm. Well, at least when he tries. Very often he would troll up and give up at the 5th minute. As soon as he makes a minor mistake. That's very typical of Vincent. The reason many people considered him even maybe a bad player, which is far from the truth. Vince in best shape was among the best Eldar. He was competing with Oxo in mirrors. He has to try hard though.
We bring heavy weapons to crush the enemy.
Most of the time he will run Soulstorm and mess around. What is that? Okay, he jumps with a Bone Singer to build that listening shrine. Going for the vehicle beacon at home, 98 to 30 income for me. 68 to 30 for Eldar. That's the problem in the matchup. Tau with their annoying Vespids can harass so hard and set Eldar back on economy. 3 squads of Fire Warriors now with optics, waiting for the Devil Fishes now. Vincent wants to engage, but he probably doesn't know I have the optics. And 3 Fire Warriors well positioned in the heavy cover. Okay, he wants to get close with the Harlequin. We'll dance and disrupt my Fire Warriors to death. Mind War has been absorbed by the Tau Commander. Almost dead. One touch from the Harlequin could kill that Tau Commander. Have to be very careful right now. Pretty intense. Here he casts the Kiss of Death or whatever. It probably failed, only killed 2 Vespids. Vince wants to push deeper. Does not have anti-vehicle in here. Need a bit of these cinematic views. I enjoy them a lot on Tau. Very cute looking buildings. Probably one of the best looking factions in Soulstorm. In Dawn of War overall, I mean. High-tech stuff. Well, at least it looks much better than Eldar, in my opinion, at least. Not that I'm a Tau fanboy, just my opinion. Also, my color scheme is the best in Soulstorm, close to perfection. Getting stealth burst cannon enhancements. What are these ability names? Oh man. Increases stealth suit burst cannon damage. They probably mean this fusion blasters damage. Falcon out for Vincent. I have a Barracuda to hunt for it. On the other side I do have the devilfish with fire warriors, and I also do have stealth suits and vespids which can jump into the dark creepers as soon as the falcon goes down. Being very careful for now, no need to mess up at this point, try to play patiently. One micro mistake could lose you the game when you play Tau, so no grid. Better do everything more slowly, but don't mess up. Don't hurry it up, don't speed it up if you're not sure of your capabilities. Here Vincent loses the falcon, most likely gonna lose the fight. Farsteer still alive, did a good job with that one, kept her alive all this time. Now with the devilfishes I can easily chase those dark creepers even with their fleet of foot. Vince's economy 92 to 50, cannot keep up with mine. Oh wait, my economy is actually lower now because I lost this LP2, it has been decapped, but my army is stronger. I believe my economy was much higher a bit earlier in the game, so I got ahead on upgrades and firepower. Stronger infantry right now. The Barracudas, perfect to deal with the falcons. And devilfishes, of course, highly necessary for carrying those fire warriors as well as annoy the Eldar with their infiltration. And there I go, Vincent almost has nothing left, he's lost everything and he says GG. Actually, somewhat surprising, I wouldn't have expected to win, to beat Vincent's Eldar, even if I have the advantage on this map. Playing as my main race, I would have lost the game most likely, although I did win Vincent's Eldar a lot with Necrons. I think he has a better score overall in our games. Or maybe not, I actually didn't count, but he's beaten my Necrons many times. This game, however, as Tau, felt pretty average from my side, and it was enough to beat one of the good Eldar players. The matchup actually really does mean a lot in Dawn of War. It will heavily influence the outcome, whether you win or lose, not just your main faction. The matchup matters a lot. The game is not perfectly balanced. Balancing 9 factions in the game is almost impossible. It's not super bad, at least. Only 1k economy lead for me on resources. Yeah, it was slightly better in mid-game, I think, for me. Also early game. Early to mid-game it was a bit better. For me, on military somewhat close, 40-42. Very close on military. Vince actually killed a lot with that Harlequin, but I could afford to recover thanks to a higher economy and faster tier 2 also. Well, that's it with today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed the games. Again, leave your feedback below the videos, hit that thumb, whether it's a like or dislike, it doesn't matter, just click it, don't be lazy. And I hope to see you guys on the next stream or the next video. Bye bye.